Hello everyone, so welcome back. In the previous video we found formulas for sine a minus b, sine a plus b, cos a minus b, and then cos a plus b. Today in this video we are going to look at rather intimidating problem. So we are asked to simplify this fraction over here, and though it may look intimidating, but it's actually easy because there is a clear part of what we're going to do. I'm sure you're not going to like take one expression and start doing some weird stuff. No, here you're going to try to combine all of them together because of the nature of the denominator here. So like notice something here that in which the denominator is similar to the rest, but there's a single term missing. Like for example, here you have cosine A, cosine B, but then cosine C is missing. While here you have cosine B and the cosine C, but cosine A is missing. On the other hand, here you have cosine C and the cosine A, but then cosine B is missing. So if imagine that we have to multiply the top and bottom here by cosine C, you notice that this fraction will have the same denominator as this fraction, because and that is if we multiply the same up and bottom here by cosine B. So let's try to look at each of the fraction. Whatever is missing, we multiply the top and the bottom by that. So if we follow this plan and we come over here, what is missing here is cosine C. So this would be equals to the cosine C multiplied by sine of A minus B, all divided by cosine A, divided by cosine A, cosine B, and then cosine of C, plus at this middle part here, what is missing here? Cosine A. So multiply this by cosine A, you have multiply by sine of B minus C. So you have sine of B minus C, all divided by cosine A, cosine B, cosine C, plus what is missing on the third part here? Here, this is a cosine B. So you have cosine B multiply sine of C minus A, all divided by cosine A, cosine B, and then cosine C. So now that we have been able to get all of them to have the same denominator, the next step is simple. We have to just combine them. So that means we have to do this would equals cosine C. Then you have sine of A minus B. So sine of A minus B. So the second part here, this will be plus cosine A, then the sine of B minus C. Then here you have cosine B and the sine of C minus A, all of them divided by cosine A. Nope, let's put the moody. So all of them divided by cosine A, cosine B, and then cosine of C. So now that we have gotten them to the same numerator, let's focus on the now that they have the same denominator, let's focus on the numerator now and see how we can do some simplification here. Like we know the formula for sine of A minus B. So at the numerator, at the numerator part, you will have here, this is cosine C. Okay, so that would be cosine of C multiplied by, now you will have sine of A, cosine of B, minus we have sine B cosine A. So you have sine B cosine of A. So at this part, plus next you have cosine of A multiply sine B cosine C. So you have cosine of A is going to multiply sine B cosine C minus sine C cosine B. And then lastly, you are going to add this with cosine B. So it's going to multiply sine C cosine A minus sine C minus sine A cosine B minus sine A cosine C. So when all is said and done, we end up with cosine C sine A sine B. So you end up with cosine of C, sine A, sine B. Then you have minus sine C, minus cosine C, minus cosine C, sine B, cos A. So plus you have cosine of A, then you have sine B cos C, sine B cos C. Then you have a plus cosine A, sine C cos B. So we are done with this top, remember the bottom. So you have cosine B, sine C cos A, that is plus cosine B, sine C cos A. Then you would have cosine B, then you have sine A cos C. So sine A cos C. Now, that is a lot for us, but we can cancel some things here. If you notice, like, let's say for the first part here, cos C sine A. Are we supposed to? No, this is supposed to be cos B. My bad. This is supposed to be cos B. Okay, yeah. So you have cosine of C sine A cos B. Let's look at where does it cancel anything. Let's see. This is supposed to be okay. This let me see. This multiplies out this, but this is supposed to have a positive, yes, but then this is supposed to be a negative. So let's keep that in mind. So because here we have two negatives, so after the multiplication we should also have two negatives and two positive. Okay, now let's see if we can cancel out something here. Let's see, cosine C, here you have cosine C sine A cos B. Let's see if there is a new place we can get sine A, cosine C sine A cos B. Okay, this is even supposed to be a negative as well. So this is supposed to be a negative as well. So that means this expression here, and this expression here, they cancel out. Now let's look at the next one. Cosine C sine B cos A. Cosine C sine B cos A. Okay, this and this cancel out. So this and this, they cancel out. Now let's look at this part. Cosine A sine C cos B. Cosine A sine C cos B. So okay, they also cancel out. So everything here cancels out. So we have a 0 all divided by cos A, cos B, cos C. So everything end up to be 0. So this expression is equals to 0. So that is all. It's a lot, but nothing too serious here. All we need to do was just to combine the denominator, and don't be lazy, just multiply everything out and good things will happen. So thank you for your time. Please do subscribe.